Record on the cloud. Mm-mm.
Good morning. Well, if you're in the Eastern town, and if you're in EST time, good morning. It depends where you are, but thank you for being here. I want to welcome you and say bienvenue as you enter the room. I hope you had a good time in the waiting room, and we're happy to see you here in the room where the main attraction is. My name is Rosalia Felice, and I'm the manager at Career Advising and Transition Services at McGill School of Continuing Studies. This is our second PowerSkills event, but it is the first time we kick it off in an official capacity. So we're happy to see all of you here this morning. And the reason we wanted to do this is gather the community from the School of Continuing Studies and some of you who we will hopefully see over the next 3 days and kick off this 3-day, let's call it an extravaganza, why not, that we hope is insightful and entertaining and fulfilling for all of you. We thought we'd kick it off in style with a little bit of a celebration. You'll get to meet a lot of the community members from SCS. The SCS is the School of Continuing Studies. And you'll have the opportunity to meet them in a few minutes. But before I introduce my colleague, Emily, you could use the chat, and you can find the chat feature on the bottom, depends how you're set up actually, but you can use the chat feature to maybe tell us your name, where you're from, where you're logging in from, or anything you'd like to share with the group. Again, thank you so much for being here, and I'd love to introduce my colleague, Emily. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rosalia. Welcome, everyone. It's a real pleasure seeing you all here this morning. PowerSkills is just an incredible 3-day virtual career summit that's really sure to inspire and motivate you. But have you seen our lineup? Now let's take a moment. I just want to highlight just a couple of exciting, presentations we have lined up for today. And we've added so many new ones. So please keep an eye out on our schedule and make sure that you're registered to it. We have Reinvent Sense Now, The Death of Common Sense by Satish Samtani. He's a Hatha yoga practitioner, a business analyst, a designer, and a certified reinvention practitioner. You don't want to miss the session at 10:30 today. We are thrilled to have Alexandra Wozniak, WTA tennis player, 5th highest ranked Canadian singles player of all time. We have her, we're gonna have a one-on-one conversation with her today at 1 o'clock. And we have Sophie Matters. Her workshop is on Ma pratique en développement de carrière auprès des autochtones du nord du Québec. And we are so pleased to have a career development consultant that's been working with Indigenous communities on developing a meaningful career. So remember to register to every session. You got to register to your PowerPass, receive your email with your PowerPass code, log into the PowerSkills website, and register for your individual session. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce you to my colleague in the CATS team, Communications Extraordinaire. We have our digital content strategist, Diana Viola.
Thank you, Emily. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here, for being part of this adventure. The success of PowerSkills 2020 was thanks to you as well, and inspired us with a lot of the stories of resilience, reinvention, and reskilling to put these 3 things this time front and center, and dedicate this summit to reflect on resilience, reinvention, and reskilling. With this event, we basically want to celebrate our resilience, our courage to effectively respond to the adversity, especially now that we are navigating uncertain and challenging times. We also want to build a platform, build a place for reinvention, where attendees and speakers can exchange experiences and knowledge so that they can open new career opportunities. And finally, we want to reinstate the power of lifelong learning and continuing education, because reskilling means keep evolving and staying connected with the School of Continuing Studies, with all of us. So we all must have to learn how to successfully navigate ever-changing reality. So that's lifelong learning. Thank you to all for being part of this adventure, of this new edition of PowerSkills. And now I'm going to introduce my colleague, Nayo Gariepi. He will talk to you about more ways to connect with us.
Hey, thank you, Deanna, for the nice introduction, and everyone, nice to meet you. So as we all know by now, social distancing doesn't mean that we're alone. I personally haven't met as many people the past few months than ever before. And I encourage all of you to take advantage of this opportunity to connect, build relationship, and a good way to start is by adding us on social media. And of course, expand your network with the lifelong learning community of McGill School of Continuing Studies. Il y a aussi le French side of McGill qui est bien présent et qui ne fait que grandir. So my colleagues and I will share all the useful links in the chat. We're looking forward to connecting with all of you through LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, email, or on our mentoring platform, and hopefully in person very soon. So please fill out the survey at the end to help us make the third edition of PowerSkills even better. And I'm gonna let my colleague who made the amazing visuals, who's doing so much behind the scene, Valerie. So your turn to shine.
Thank you so much, Niall. So welcome to McGill School of Continuing Studies. We're an interdisciplinary faculty that focuses on preparing the next generation of leaders. One of the reasons that PowerSkills is also possible is the trust we have from a dynamic woman. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to our Dean, Dr. Carola Vile.
Thank you, Valerie, and thank you to my team. I have to say that I always feel as if I'm running to the front of a parade that is full of talent, but I am so honored to be here with you today. Welcome, bienvenue, willkommen. I'm running out of languages at this early in the morning, our time, but I'm so happy to see all of you. Today, we gather in the spirit of those who came before us and all those who continue to share this planet with us. As you may know, McGill University is on land which long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations. Nous reconnaissons et remercions les divers peuples autochtones dont les pas ont marqué ce territoire sur lequel les peuples du monde entier se réunissent maintenant. We acknowledge as well the invaluable contributions of so many individuals of African and Asian descent, other visible minorities, and other abled individuals to building this university, the nation, and indeed the world into thriving communities. Our community of learners, colleagues, friends is built on this foundation. We value the rich tapestry of diverse backgrounds and identities that bring us all together. We respect each other. We listen to one another actively. We learn from one another. As we immerse ourselves in the next 3 days and share our stories of resilience, reinvention, and reskilling, I am inspired by the words of an amazing young poet, Amanda Gorman, who took the world stage by storm during the US presidential inauguration yesterday. She says, "When day comes, we ask ourselves, where can we find light in this never-ending shade? And yet, the dawn is ours before we knew it. Somehow we do it. Somehow we've weathered and witnessed. So we lift our gazes not to what stands between us, but what stands before us. We will rebuild, reconcile, and recover. When the day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. For there is always light. If only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it. I invite all of you to be it today, tomorrow, and the next day." In this vein,
I want to thank those who brought us here today, my colleagues from the Career Advising and Transition Services, our fearless cats, the school's staff and faculty, and so many School of Continuing Studies volunteers. I welcome all to our community of continuing studies and our PowerSkills Summit 2021. We have much to learn from First Nations. For example, the power of the drum, which helps us find and listen to our collective heartbeat and find our purpose together. I am delighted to welcome today Alex Allard Gray, who is a member of the Listigouche Mi'kmaq First Nation located in the Gaspé region of Quebec in Canada. Alex now works as the Outreach Administrator in the Indigenous Health Professions Program at McGill University. I now give you Alex to open our minds and hearts to the shared understanding we hope to gain over the course of this summit. Thank you very much.
Lalan Carola. So will yaksik bugam siluan ak wulalioq nayo ak siluan. Nin deluizi aliquios ak listukuch glewi megamagi ak espegawagi ak elugoya McGill University hulana in personal faculty. Well dasi dan debidayo. So I was just saying good morning to everyone in my language. My name is Alex, as Carola mentioned. I'm from Listigouche Mi'kmaq First Nation, which is in the 7th District of Mi'kmaq Territory, which we call Gaspé, or as the more commonly pronounced name is Gaspé. And I now work as the outreach administrator in a program, as was mentioned, called the Indigenous Health Professions Program. In my role, I get to travel into a lot of communities and schools and interact with a lot of Indigenous students, trying to promote health professional programs to them. In the beginning, there was mention of a land acknowledgement, and I thank you for sharing that. And in a digital age, it could be interesting in terms of when we talk about land acknowledgements, because everybody, with teleworking could be in different territories in different areas of the world. And so, as was mentioned, we are in Montreal, in Jojage, which is the land of the Mohawk people. And what I encourage everyone in the room right now is wherever you're connecting from, try to find out whose territory you're in terms of the Indigenous people who have lived there, and try to honor that. Now, I've been asked to share with you a song, and so I thought that something to open up with that would be appropriate is something that we call "Get Me Dead, Minetch," or the Mi'kmaq honor song. It's kind of become the Mi'kmaq national anthem, if you will. Some of you, I've seen somebody say that they're in Halifax, which is in Mi'kmaq territory. You've probably heard of this song before. And so I also want to apologize. My drum is a little bit out of commission this morning, but I will be performing the song nonetheless. It's just I will not be having the drum accompany me this time around. So as I'm singing, I ask everybody to think about your intentions for the weekend, or for the week rather, and try to think about things that you're grateful for this morning. Get me day domine, Jean de no dig, ida mastu, ge mau ida honage. Get me day domine, Jean wala back so dig, ida mastu. Amado tines, amado tines, ankes och galu, se ulauset kamu, ayo, Get me the domine, stand no Mazuge Maridanes. Gen mi de damnes on balabek sotig. De Ramazduge aboramadutines. Ayaboramadutines angezogen der Galu. Sei ulauch sit kamu. Ay-yo. Hey yo, hey, hi, yo, yo, hey, yo, hey, hi, 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 yo, hey, hey yo, hey, hi, ya, ya, hey yo, hey, hi, 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 ya, yo. Now, Lalia Khamsirwan. Thank you all.
Thank you, Alex. Hello to everyone. My name is Sue Leva. I'm the Associate Dean of Academic and Faculty Affairs at the School of Continuing Studies. I just want to take a moment to thank Alex for gracing us with that beautiful voice and very powerful. I'm rarely lost for words, but I am a little bit lost for words right now. That was such a powerful experience, and I'm sure that everybody is reacting in very much the same way. So thank you so much, Alex, for gracing us all with your voice and with the song of your people. I am going to pick up on some of the comments that have already been made. There's been reference to sharing, to light, to gratitude, to connection. And this PowerSkills Summit is very much about all of those things. And I would like, as we have so many wonderful events coming up, we hope you take full advantage of as many of the sessions as you are able to. And in terms of sharing, there'll be lots of people who will be sharing their knowledge, their experience, their insights. But we also encourage you to bring your knowledge, your insights, your wisdom and experience to those events as well, so that this is a true exchange where we can learn from each other, where we can have the courage to reinvent ourselves or reskill, or simply look forward to what tremendous possibilities there are. We have an amazing lineup of events. As many of you are probably already aware, our keynote speaker is Balarama Holness, who is himself a model of reinvention. And so please do stay tuned for our keynote address, which starts at 9 o'clock. Balarama is himself a force to be reckoned with. He is a major voice, not only in Canada, but increasingly internationally, a force for social justice of all kinds, and also a model of courage as well. So I would like to bid you all to go forth and mingle and mix and exchange and smile and just feel the energy and the warmth and the importance of this event. And I'm so glad to see that people are joining us, not just from across Canada, but from around the world. So this truly is a global event where we are all coming together to share and look forward to what all the good things that are yet to come. So go reinvent, reskill, and stay resilient. Stay strong and stay safe. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. We look forward to seeing you around in the next 3 days. Thank you, Alex, again, truly wonderful. And I personally am so grateful that you were all here this morning. Enjoy the next 3 days and take good care.
Everyone on the next session. Stop recording.